What's up, guys? This is my Lit Circle 2 meeting 1 for Scorched Trials, Maze Runner Scorched Trials. At the beginning, this is one of the best books that I've read because the last book left me on like a cliffhanger, so I actually wanted to read this book more than I did the other one. The other one had a slow start, but this one was more like grabbing your attention and like, first off, it was just like action. Just action. Like when they got out of the helicopter, there's just gunfire all around, and then they got shut behind like 3-foot concrete doors, and that was pretty weird. And so that caught my attention right away. But then they were like, what were those zombie-like people things that were running at them, and like they asked what they were, and then they explained to them that there was like a plague that was known like as the flare, I think it was. Once they got their like new clothes and they got food, they were in this like common area, and like every day somebody or a group of people would be picked to go into a like new place like in the whole country or in the whole world, but they didn't know what it was actually. And when they got back, they escaped like the common room because they couldn't find Teresa, and then they met a boy named Eris. So he was like in a similar situation that they were in. He was the only boy in an all-girl maze, and Teresa was the only girl in like an all-guy maze. And so he kind of had an idea because he found a vent under a bed, and so he crawled through and he found where all the bodies were going and all the people that were picked to like go to a new country or a new place in the whole world. And he found out where they're going, so he figured that Teresa was going there too. So he told Thomas, and Thomas followed him, and they snuck into that room because they they knocked out a couple guys, I think, and took the key, and they snuck in there, and they saw all of these bodies, which were like hanging up, and they saw like all these bodies hanging up. I don't know how they were, but do you guys know? Because I want to like figure out how they were hanging up. Were they like sucking on their head? Do they have like a harness or something? I have no clue, but do you guys know how they were? But anyway, they snuck in, and they like Thomas was looking for Teresa. He like looked to like all the girls, and the girls' hair I think was kind of covering their face. So he moved their hair away from their face, but none of them were Teresa. So he like when somebody like came in, they hid, and there was a video, like a FaceTime type of thing, and they could see them. Thomas and Eris could see the video, and the guy that came in was talking to the person that Thomas and the Gladers thought committed suicide because they were being attacked, and they even saw her body, and then Thomas figured out, and Eris figured out, that the people in the maze were injected with like a special type of thing. I don't know what it was, but they were injected with a type of thing, and that made their blood or something special. And so the people that made the maze got them all out of the maze, tried to get them all out of the maze, and then they put them in that. They made them think that they were going somewhere like safe and way better than the place that they already were in, which was like the little city there. And they figured out that they were using their blood to get the blood to have the antidote to like if people got scratched by the zombies or type things. I don't know what they were. I'm assuming they're zombies, but if they got scratched or like bitten, and that was like an antidote that they like had to take daily or hourly or something. And then they figured that out, so they were like pretty much being used. And so he went to warn the others to like get the heck out of there, so they wouldn't be like wasting their whole lives there. And like their whole lives, they didn't want to be like in a harness or whatever, getting they're pretty much dying there. And so they snuck out, got out of the city area, which it took them a while to get out. It was kind of difficult, and then once they got out, the doors started closing behind them, and everybody tried to go get him, and once the guy found him, he's like, well, good luck out there, you'd be safer in here. But then that's as far as I got because I wanted to like read more, but I didn't want to like stop. I wanted to stop reading because that's where I stopped, but I wanted to keep on reading because it was so good, and I was like, I wanna know. But anyway, that's what I did. That's what I read, and I'll see you guys on Monday. See ya.